Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to BOS Recreational Mining. My name's Brian. Harry's here. We're working on filtering pregnant gold solution that was made with Eco Goldex. Okay, this has been a little bit of a hassle setting up the camera today.
I think we got it figured out how to start
Harry likes to talk. So I am going to switch this view a little bit, and we cleaned out the filter. If you watched last week, you saw that, the last 2 weeks, you saw that we were trying to filter the gold solution. Let me show you where it comes from. Okay, there's a big delay on this.
Yeah, this stream coming back.
Okay, this is the Vato tank. Inside the tank, the bottom 10 inches is about 4 or 5 inches of iron hydroxide. I'm going to take the camera over so you can take a look in there. Harry, you want to come hold the computer? Don't push any buttons. And we're going to look inside the tank, and you can see all that iron hydroxide. You can just tell that there's some nice clear liquid on top. We were vacuuming out that liquid and the mud, and then we were putting it over here in the conical tank, which we've had set up as a filter. We're going to be setting it up as a filter today, and then we're going to make some changes. But before I go into the changes, I'll tell you what we had. We had a pipe coming out the bottom that ran over to this tank, and we were vacuuming the liquid off, just like a giant vacuum filter, vacuuming the liquid into this pipe. And then we had a pipe connecting it to a sight pipe. So in case that got full, we'd see it here and we'd be able to turn off this vacuum pump. Part of what we're going to do today is we're going to get rid of all that. We're going to simplify this. Best way to filter this, it seems, is going to be to not filter it. I know that makes no sense, but it will shortly. The best way to filter iron hydroxide is to not filter it. Iron hydroxide is a flocculant. It will drop to the bottom. As you can see here, it's going to happen. We were hoping just to filter it out of the mud and let the mud just drip dry. That's not going to happen. That stuff grabs water and hangs onto it. But it does settle nicely. So we're going to use that to our advantage. What we are going to do first is we're going to make this filter. So let's set this computer and camera down where you guys can watch.
So cold. Line over down. Okay. Is it going to tip it? Look at one.
Okay, we're waiting for the lag on this to catch up.
That's not our balance too much.
Okay, you can see everything between the computer and the filter tank. That's not going to stay there very long. First thing we're going to do, get the scissors. We got to make a device that'll keep marbles from going down the pipe. So what I've got here is a green scrubby, just like you use for dishes. I'm going to roll it up. Okay, here, grab the computer again. We tried doing this with a longer cord, and it didn't work until we can sort out our electronics. Let me know when you can see the bottom, Harry. Okay, I'm going to cut this into 2 strips.
There we go. That's close now.
There's a big delay. That makes it hard to tell if I'm aiming the camera correctly.
It's pretty good. It's good. Yeah. What was?
Okay, I'm going to move the camera.
It's on this side.
We need some standard spots for this thing, so we...
Some little things hanging up in the ceiling you can hook it to.
Everybody hold tight. We're just moving the camera. Okay.
About 30 seconds.
Okay, good. Now we're going to take the green scrubby, which has been cut into 2 strips. We're doing this live, so bear with us. We are not big money TV producers. Okay, now I've got a wad of green scrubby. I'm going to shorten it up just a little bit. We're putting the green scrubby in the pipe. Next thing that goes in is a bunch of marbles.
You don't want to put this.
All right.
The white.
Now I have to find the marbles.
They're over there in the bucket.
They're not.
Unless you moved them. Just reach
I
in.
have lost my marbles. There they are. I have found my marbles. Okay. Got a bucket full of marbles. We're waiting for the video to catch up before I do this,
Oh, go ahead. Your pointer.
so that I can see what you see. There we go. Okay, now we're going to dump all these marbles in here. Five pounds of marbles.
There we go.
Next thing is going to be
The sound is working.
plastic window screen. A little dirty, but it won't matter.
I need to see if the sound is working.
Why is there 2 screens up there? Oh,
Because I'm supposed to OBS see if the sound is working. It appears to be
were we
good.
not putting it out?
No, we were. I was just checking.
Okay.
Making sure.
All right. Why am I looking at? What am I looking at?
This is the YouTube.
Why am I looking at the ceiling? Because this is upside down. Aha.
Oh, you turned it upside down.
Because it got yanked. Okay, everybody hang tight. We're putting
Oh, it's fine. They'll just have to catch
camera
up.
back together.
There it goes. You got it. Yeah. See? There you go.
Okay, now inside the barrel. Inside the conical tank, I've got some window screen plastic. Needs to be plastic. Don't use anything that's galvanized at this point. So we're going to put this window screening on top of the marbles. And now we're going to move the camera again. We're going to get a tripod before we do this again.
Were you pointing it at? Oh, you're going to point it at the filter? Okay, let me stand on the other side of you.
There we go. Good.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Ground cloth, weed block, polyester. So as I find the scissors, which are over here, we're going to make a couple of pads to go in this filter. I'm just going to cut out big squares. Use it all. I'm going to cut out several of these.
You have a watcher.
Huh? One?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never mind. Never mind.
Cut out another big square. Welcome to the show. We are just making Leach filters to get the mud, also known as iron hydroxide, out of the pregnant solution. And we're finding out that the best way to filter this is to not filter it, which makes no sense. But it will. The iron hydroxide likes to settle to the bottom. So we're going to filter everything that doesn't settle to the bottom. And we're going to flip the camera around so that you can look inside the filter. This is the last filter in line. And what I've done is cut some big squares of ground cloth, plastic, polyester, non-woven. So I'm going to take this big square piece of cloth and just shove it in there. Right, if you can see the bottom, we got marbles in the bottom, green scrubby under them, and a plastic window screen on top of that. We're going to take all of this filter cloth and shove it right down in there. You get to hold the camera now. We're taking this filter cloth and some spring clamps. Just making giant bag here. We're going to do One more layer. So there's 2 layers. If it gets clogged up, all we gotta do is remove the top layer, and it's going to get clogged up. Pretty sure. Try and make it so there's no openings. Where it can go up and over. Okay. We have let's get a clean bucket for this. That'll be clean enough. I'm going to open that. There should be a little bit dump out. A little bit of leftover dumped out. Okay, come over here. Pre-filter. Basically the exact same thing as that. Homer bucket, 1/2-inch holes. Then take a lid, cut out the lid. Put the lid on your capture bucket. And then filter it.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to switch here so I can actually see what I'm doing.
Huh?
I'm going to switch to OBS so I can actually see what I'm doing when I do it.
Okay. Now this has already gone through the pre-filter. And now it's going to go through.
Yeah, much better. I can tell what I'm looking at now.
And I'll show the bottom. I'll show the top. Now you see the mud that got passed. It's going to get caught up in there. Now look in the bucket. In this bucket.
Oh. That's the stuff that's
See,
settled.
there's still stuff in it. So while that's draining, we're going to take this shop vac. This can be a dirty bucket. You vacuum up the liquid that's sitting on top in here. Hand me the camera, I'll show everybody. This is going to get loud. You can see there's 4 inches of clear liquid that sits on top. We let it settle. We don't want to put that mud through a filter. Even though some of it's going to make it to the filter will take that mud out. We're going to, this is decanting. We're taking the liquid off the top, and it has had plenty of time to settle. It takes a couple hours for it to start settling. So this is going to get noisy, so I won't be talking. Put it back on Put it back on YouTube so we can see if anybody's chatting.
Okay. Nobody's chatting. Let me go back so I can see what we're doing.
Okay, look in the bucket. Over here. In here.
Yeah.
Okay, we vacuumed off the top. Looks like it stayed pretty clear. Now we're going to put it through.
The cloth filter.
We're going to run it through a pre-filter, which is one of these with filter cloth in it. Now look in the bucket, you'll see a little bit of mud. A little bit of mud's getting through. That's okay. That mud's going to help us filter.
My fingers got loose.
The idea is not to have too much of it. Junk in the filter, not in the bucket. Now we'll take the lid, put it on that one. This got all but, there's a few ounces in there. Put that over here to finish flipping. Oh,
What?
I'm going to put a little bit through.
Oh, the other bucket's getting full in the bottom. Full bucket. You can turn the valve. You want to stop it.
Don't need to.
There you go.
Okay, that's a full bucket. Now we're going to let that settle. The iron hydroxide that got through will settle in a couple hours.
Another bucket in there.
Now we can do it with one bucket. Turn off the valve.
Not very much. Oh.
And I'm going to put it into clean bucket.
I have no idea. I'm using OBS so that I can see the camera live and know where to point it.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, switch. Switch views. I'll hold the camera.
Come on. No, just 2 views so far.
Does it say how many are on now?
None right now.
Okay.
I seen it come and go.
Alright, we're going to vacuum up some more. What's going to happen is we're going to eventually capture a little bit of the mud that's in there, and that will become part of the filter.
Imagine that was loud in everybody's ears.
Yeah, that was...
You can see it peeking out the view meter.
Yeah, that was plenty loud. I hope you could hear that. Now we're going to take... Now that did suck up a little more mud than the first one. Because the water's not as deep now.
We're going to dump it through the...
We're going to put it through the pre-filter. Want to make sure that the bottom...
Not too full.
Okay, we're good. Plenty of space in the bottom bucket. It'd be embarrassing to do this.
Overflow, huh?
Here. Fill it up again since we're standing here.
Okay. Now we're getting to the heavy mud. That was getting pretty thick.
Okay, we definitely got down to the mud on that one. All of the liquid is off the top of the mud now. probably pick up some mud on that.
Since we're at the end.
The idea is to not filter mud, filter the clear part. That's why we use stage filtering. This has got 2 layers of filter cloth in it. If you look in the bottom, you can see what's happening. That's taking out quite a bit of junk. And there's going to be a lot of junk in this one. You can see the difference in the color. You want the mud in the filter, not in the bucket.
I'll do that.
Well, we don't need that anymore, so let's put actually we need clear water, or just fill this up. I'll take
You want to check
care
all
of
that?
that in a moment. So this way we're done with vacuuming. Let's put this down. Let me get a rag to wipe this. Okay, you can put the computer there.
Take that.
Yep.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, if you'll go to the faucet and give me
Tip backward.
4 gallons of water, please. Warm is okay. Okay. We're waiting for some water to come back in. Right, we just poured some reasonably muddy stuff in there. You can see what happens when you get mud in it. That liquid doesn't like to filter. Yeah, bottom bucket's almost full. If anybody's got any questions, this would be a great time to ask. Okay, the last little bit of that to filter. See how this stuff plugs up when you start getting that mud in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this filter bag. I'm going to put it on top of another bucket. And that's what we got after filtering. Still pretty messy, but it will settle out. And then we'll filter it again. somebody just paged me. Okay, now we'll just film what I'm doing.
You can't really name it. When
Now, like I said, we're not filtering the mud, we're filtering the solution. It settles on its own, leaving a clear layer on top. We grab that clear layer, and then we filter that.
Are you going
It
to
gets-
pH shot?
Nope. So what was in there was mud that'll plug the filter in a heartbeat. So we add 5 more gallons to it. Close it. We got an iron impeller on the bottom. Take the power cord. What we're trying to do is dilute the pregnant solution, which is mixed into the mud, the iron hydroxide. We want to get that out. It will float to the top. The iron hydroxide will go to the bottom. We do this about 5 times, and we'll get 98% of the material that's in the solution. This is a 1/2 horsepower motor, rod going to the bottom, impeller. All that water I just poured in, we're going to mix it up. Okay, turn it over. I'm going to show you. There is a heater on the bottom to keep it from freezing.
Hang on, I'm going to switch back. I cannot see what I'm doing.
I'll hold the camera.
I got it.
I'll hold the camera.
Okay. You got it twisted up too, the cord kind
Yeah, we definitely need to adjust our camera set situation to something that works would be nice.
Let me hold that while you turn it.
No.
That's more than enough.
As you can see, that's quite violent, especially when it's not full. That's why they call it agitated tank.
Vigorously agitated.
Vigorously agitated tank.
So you're going to run it some more? Okay.
We're going to turn that on.
There's a lid on it because it splatters.
That's why it has a lid, yeah. Yeah, you're going to get wet. Sorry, Jeff. Had to say it. Where we at on this?
Oh,
Ready?
yeah.
We might have overdone it that time, so you gotta be ready to turn off.
It's a little bit
that valve.
muddier. You get down there already.
When that gets full, I'm going to turn off that valve. Now remember, this is clear water that I vacuumed off the top. A little bit of mud got vacuumed up, and that little bit of mud is what we're trying to get out of here. We're trying to clarify. So we got to pull as much of that out as possible before we do the final clarifying.
It's like chocolate milk.
I'm going to turn this off now so you can hear me.
Okay, it's about full.
We're good.
Okay, that's about also running out. That's just the right amount. There it goes. Here it goes. Suck.
There it is.
Yeah.
Turn off the valve. We're going to pull this out.
Put a lid on it. Yeah. Try not to spill it.
Put it over here. Put a lid on it. Keep the dirt and dust out. Now let's
More
see.
dirt.
This filter looks really clean.
Yeah, I think we're getting most of it over there.
So I am going to take out this filter. I'm going to add something to it.
You gonna put some fiberglass under it?
Yep, I'm going to put fiberglass
Because I think your bucket filter is getting most of the.
between the layers. Yeah, the bucket filters are doing quite good. Let me get one more clamp. Clamp that out of the way. I got my scissors. I'm going to cut out a piece of household insulation. Now in the past we've had problems with this stuff plugs up, holds a lot of liquid. I'm going to slide this in.
How much of that you want? You just gonna put that one piece? Okay. I'll capture some of the. I don't get it all, but.
Okay, there we go.
That's closed.
We got to put
No,
a
go up.
bucket underneath. Fairly clean one. Oh,
What?
okay. I think this stuff is magnetic. This might be magnetite in the bottom of this. This bucket is collecting magnetite. That is magnetic
Oh,
ferrous.
you got a magnet under it?
That's not going to pour out. Let's see how we're doing on that one. Oh, where do we need to go? Okay. Pour it through the pre-filter. Rinse out this bucket a little bit. Okay, now we're going to see how well that fiberglass insulation works. Open the valve.
Still pretty dirty.
Real dirty.
You gotta pack the fiberglass in pretty tight, I think.
Yeah.
You gotta pack the fiberglass in.
Maybe. It'll clear up. As we keep pouring it through over and over, it'll get clearer and clearer.
Still. You got to put a lot more fiberglass in there. You have to pack the fiberglass in, not just lay it in. Pack quite a bit in there, I bet.
Okay, while that's running, we're going to take this apart. We don't need this right now.
Oh, you want to dump out the stuff that's in that vacuum cylinder? It's half full still.
Yeah. We got stuff in there that needs to be filtered or dumped out. We'll get to that in a moment. Yep, our winter project is to clean up this mess. Is it winter yet?
Is it what?
Is it winter yet?
Oh, 2 weeks. It'll be winter.
This was the chamber when we were using the vacuum pump.
If we tried to pull a vacuum on a Homer bucket, that don't work.
Yeah.
It went.
A Homer bucket with a vacuum pump on it. Good way to mess up a Homer bucket.
Sounded like a firecracker going off, but it imploded. Went boom. There's a big split right at the side.
A nice little pop. Stirred, not shaken. You can see how clear that is.
Wow, yeah, there's.
It's empty.
You know, that's going straight through. You're probably going to pack a lot more fiberglass in it. Yeah.
Any chatters?
I don't know.
As you can see by the bottom,
Here, hold the camera.
you can see how the more you do it, the clearer it gets.
Okay, what happened? Oh, it's your. Hang on. I've opened another window. I think there it is. There's one person watching. Yeah, 7 views. And, okay, yeah, somebody's watching right now. Yeah.
You can see that it's coming out pretty clear. So the more you pour in, the clearer it gets, and the slower it gets. Eventually, it will stop. So I'm going to swap buckets and pour that back in.
Okay. They're coming out pretty dirty.
I'm going to check that fiberglass under there.
I think you should pack it pretty tight.
Pack in a bunch, yeah.
Because you've gotten all the bigger particles out now. So you don't have to worry about the plugging up too much.
That fiberglass is definitely doing its job.
Yeah, it's probably dirty.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty easy for it to go up and around, so we're going to lay in a bunch more.
Yeah, kind of packing it. Just kind of pack it in all around. And in the middle too. You said you have to weigh down the fiberglass or something?
No.
Okay. Is that what you're going to put in? Okay. Gotta put in some more. He's gonna do, okay, one more piece, okay. Nuts. Still kind of dirty.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay.
See what I was pouring in.
Yeah.
You would see that that's a lot cleaner than what I'm pouring in.
Yeah, you can actually see through the stream now on it too.
And then as it collects stuff, it'll get a little better, a little clearer, a little clearer. Anybody watching? Can't tell.
Oh, well, here, hold the camera. Let's see. Yeah, 2 people. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Feel free to chat. We are
3.
filtering. No, it's the most concurrent.
Oh, okay.
We got 10 views, though.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, hold the camera. I'm going to see if I can find a pump over there. This is great tools, except they like to hide.
Huh.
There we go.
Now, what are we doing?
I'm going to put a pump in that. Pump it round and round. Let it filter out real good.
Oh, I see.
Couldn't tell if that kicked on or not.
It froze. Bad pump.
I think that pump might be dead.
Nothing, huh?
This is one of those magnetic pumps. It's not going to like this stuff at all.
You got a different one? You got another pump?
See, it's this magnetic pump.
Oh, it's catching all the crap.
It's going to fill up with iron so fast. Nothing.
It's fried anyway.
So this pump is dead. Wait a minute, it's got a, okay, yeah. Got an input that looks pretty clogged. Alright.
Okay.
But wait, there's more. Slightly bigger pump here, and another one here. I got three of these. Try the one that has a hose on it. Yep, this is live. We're making it up as we go. We are filtering pregnant gold leach. I have to keep saying that so that YouTube doesn't. Well, it's kind of running.
Yeah, I think you put liquid through it. We'll see what it does. Probably got sand in it.
That sounds pretty bad. We'll see if it'll pump liquid now. It makes noise. We know that. That's about all we know. Put that in there. Hook it through a clamp. And then plug it in.
It works.
Which is up here.
Okay.
Welcome to BOS Recreational Mining Bumpy Cam.
I don't think it turned on, did it?
Yeah. It's on, but it's... Yeah, it's pumping. It's
pumping.
doing.
There it is, yeah. Just gotta...
There you go. That's doing good. Okay. Now, I need to fix this.
Get another clamp and put it beside it. Make it point straight.
Yeah. Let me get another clamp. We never have enough clamps.
Yeah, that's good. Just kind of spray. There we go. Oh. Okay. That's a good rate. Oh, it's the hose in wanting to stay put.
No, the hose isn't long enough. Okay.
Can you put a longer hose on it?
That thing has a switch. Okay. The other pump had a...
Better hose,
Where
yeah.
did it go?
I thought you had it over there. I don't see it over here. You got it over there.
All we gotta do is find it.
I don't know where you threw it. 4.
Yep, that's it. Right here. Alright, it's not the same. Yeah, let's see. Welcome to gold mining. Gold mill. Where nothing works the way it should, or the way you hope. if Harry will get down there and get a really good close-up of what's draining out, you will see that this does work.
It's getting clearer now.
We just need a longer hose, and then we can let it run. So you're watching live. This is what we do. We fix things, we solve things, problems, we create new ways to do things. What you're seeing is filtering, pregnant gold leach. I want that clamp. There we go. Taking a hose that's a little too short, maybe. I'm trying to get it off here without breaking the fitting. This fitting was loose, by the way.
Mm.
Usually you have to break them at the bottom, and then you can twist them off. What you're looking at dripping out is clarified gold leach. We want the whole bucket to look like that. In order to make that happen, we're going to have to pump it round and round. Which I've done before. It does work. But now we're trying to do it on a slightly larger scale.
We can get that thing off.
Yeah, it's coming. There, almost.
Okay.
Clamp. Now we're going to put on the other hose.
Put your clamp.
Put the good end down on the bottom.
Get your clamp on it.
Clamp on. Then hose on. Oh, good fit.
Good.
Like it when it fits. You are watching live. This is what we do. Welcome to the Gold Mill. I'm Brian. Harry's on the camera and the computer. Figuring out YouTube is a big chore. It seems like we never do it the same way twice. Okay, now maybe I can put the pump in the bottom of the bucket.
So you pull up the heavier mud, yeah.
What we have inside here is a green scrubby. Right in here. Just wound up in a spiral. Stuffed in the pipe. Above that we have 5 pounds of marbles. Above that we have a layer of window screen. Plastic. Above that we have a layer of ground cloth, weed block. Then we have a layer of fiberglass, household insulation. Then another layer of weed block on top of that. So now, it's got suction cups on the bottom. I can feel it grabbing.
Okay.
We're trying to do like 3 things at once. I'm going to run this around the back so it stays out of our way.
Because now it's almost too long, huh?
Yeah, no, it's too long, but I'm not going to cut it yet. There we go.
Now turn
That's
it
in
on.
there. Let's hit the go button. Plug bars. There it goes. Now that's going through 2 layers of ground cloth, weed block.
And it's coming out pretty clear. Clear, much clearer.
And that is a lot clearer than what's coming out of the bucket.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the
So
mud going up and the clear
now
coming
we're
out.
gonna show that'll be all clear. We'll put that where we can save it. So let's get rid of this. And this. And then we'll get rid of that safety site. Welcome to the Gold Mill. This is what we do. We figure out how to make things work. We are putting the filter back together in such a way that it won't plug. You can see the water going back in, or the filtered leach going back in is cleaner than what's coming out. And it's doing it pretty quickly. Couple hours, that'll be real nice. So, we're taking apart last week's attempt at filtering. We tried to use a vacuum, turn this into like a big Buckner filter. The stuff we are filtering has a lot of iron hydroxide in it.
It just sucked it right through the screen.
And that iron hydroxide just blocks it. However, iron hydroxide is a flocculant, and it does settle. So we added water to the filter leach, diluted it, but the flocculant brought the garbage to the bottom. And now we vacuum off the clear fluid off the top. And in the process, we pick up a little mud, as you can see. So now we are taking filter leach, which is only a little bit of mud in it.
It's even getting clearer as we
Running
watch.
it through fiberglass and filter cloths.
It's getting clearer just in the last minute.
If you guys got any questions, let's go back to the other screen so we can read any questions.
Hold on a second.
I am removing last week's vacuum filter stuff that we used.
Well, somebody who's
Yep. Billy Ingram. Good day, boss. Good. Hi, Billy. Thank you for watching. Billy, what is your... Yeah, that number is the same number as that one, which doesn't mean anything.
Okay. What were you asking, Billy?
Billy, if you got questions, I know I'm not explaining everything. But I can, almost. Right now I'm cutting off our safety sight glass from the vacuum filter. We did not want any water to go through the system into the vacuum. We did this up as if it was a giant Buckner filter, which plugged up quickly. So
I cannot
let's put
see.
that with that. All the plumbing stuff in that bucket. And you're seeing us do it on the fly, making it up as we go, getting it to work with the parts we have on hand. There we go. As you can see, that bucket is clearing up.
Oh yeah, it's
That
getting much
was a-
clearer. Yeah,
That was a muddy bucket a while ago.
just a few minutes ago. It's,
Just 10 minutes ago, that was a muddy bucket.
it's really clear.
And now we can see through it, maybe an inch or two.
Well,
let's-
it's the water streaming down that's
As you
much
can see-
clearer. It was kind of brown before, like iced tea, and now it's so
It was
clear.
terrible. Before it was like this one.
Yeah, it's like that stuff.
So that is clarifying.
Good, it's working.
So we're happy to see that. And back here, Billy, if you just got here, let's look at this. We'll show you where it comes from. It comes from a pre-filter. We're going to go through this in reverse order. You're looking at the final clarifier. Before it goes in here, it goes through this. This is just a double layer of filter cloth. Homer bucket with a lot of holes in the bottom. Then it goes into another Homer bucket. Then we take that and we dump it in here. This is a pre-filter. This helps keep some of the mud and solids out. We've got two of them. Okay, it comes out of here. This is a wet vacuum.
bucket vac.
What we do is we dip this vacuum tube into the barrel.
You ready to vacuum out some more? Is it settled yet, you think? But it settles pretty fast. Maybe not.
Just added 5 gallons of this and stirred it up. You see the problem. There's a lot of mud in there. But that will settle the next couple hours. Then we can vacuum off the clear liquid off the top and run that through the filters. After doing that about between 5 and 8 times, we've got 99% of what we want out of it. The idea is to leave the majority of the mud in this tank and take out the leach. So we're actually not filtering the mud, but we are filtering the leach. The leach actually is crystal clear when we vacuum it up, but in the process of vacuuming, we wind up with...
Get some mud with it. Sucks a little mud.
So maybe in the future we'll set up a siphon that we can clamp onto here. I think that might be a good idea. So that we can siphon it off very little at a time. Slowly take it off. Because taking it off in a hurry using a vacuum stirs it up, puts mud in it. And I'm thinking we'll get a half-inch or quarter-inch pipe and put it up here with a clamp on it so we can set it down to the exact right altitude and only pull off, or right depth, pull off only the clear without disturbing it. Decanting. If you watch Sheree Tips, he's big on decanting. He does it a lot. We do it a lot. So if we get better at decanting this, which shouldn't be too hard to do, it might save us some filtering. Because it does turn crystal clear. You watch that filter leach is crystal clear when that iron hydroxide settles out.
Yeah, that's really clarifying it quickly.
Okay, let's look at this. I need to go get the good flashlight. Let me go get the good flashlight. The more we light it up, the better. I'm going to take this, Harry. You know where this is?
The rag?
The rag. Right there.
Okay. My rag. Be right back in one moment. And here he comes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Brian. Harry's holding the camera. We have issues with OBS and YouTube working together.
I think we got it 99% figured
We're
out.
98, 99% of the problems are solved. Just being able to turn it on and off is the issue at the moment. What you're looking at is a conical tank. 5 green scrubby crammed in the fitting. Green scrubby stops the 5 pounds of marbles from going down the pipe. On top of the 5 pounds of marbles, we have a plastic screen from basically a screen door. On top of that, we have filter cloth, like for weed block. That's all it is, straight from Home Depot. Cut it in a square, shove it in there. On top of that cloth, we have a couple of big squares of household fiberglass right over here. This stuff. We just get out the big scissors, cut a square, put it on top of the first piece of filter cloth. On top of that, and this is the important part, we put another piece of filter cloth. If you don't do that, when you pour your liquid in, it will destroy, it will rearrange the fiberglass. It will drill a hole right through it, and it'll be like it's not there. As you can see, we've got a fish or a fountain pump in the bottom of that bucket. We're kind of making this up as we go. We know this works. I set this up almost exactly like this before, so I know this works. It filters the mud out.
It's getting right. It's clear now. Yeah, it's clear.
If you want to see some mud, I'll show you the difference. I can see the bottom of that bucket over there crystal clear right now.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We'll show you that in a moment. Let me get the flashlight on, and we'll get a great example. A bright flashlight. This is what we're starting with. I knew we'd get this.
Like chocolate milk.
We're starting with basically chocolate milk. This is after it's been through a couple of ground cloth filters. Then we take that, we dump it in here.
That's way too bright, but okay. There we go.
And you can see this is no fancy plumbing, just some vinyl tubing. Piece of ground cloth weed block. So when we pour it in, it doesn't destroy the fiberglass, which is underneath. You can just see a little bit of that pink in there. Then it goes through the fiberglass, through another piece of ground cloth. Oh yeah, you can see
the. Yeah, that looked like chocolate milk just 15 minutes ago.
So it goes through another piece of ground cloth after the fiberglass. Then it goes through 5 pounds of marbles. The marbles are there to maintain a surface area. There's a screen on top of them to keep the ground cloth from deteriorating and being pushed down into the marbles, which if you saw last week, that was an issue. Everything wound up down in the marble. It took me hours to clean this thing out. Underneath the marbles, right about that top of that blue fitting is green scrubby, like you scrub pans with. And that keeps the marbles from going down the pipe. Got a valve so we can turn it off and on. We got a fountain pump, a 110 volt fountain pump. Let me hold the camera, and we're going to show you.
I got it. I got it.
That you can see the bottom of the
tank.
tank.
You can see it. Yeah, you can see it quite good now. Yeah, it's a little bubbles on top.
This was like chocolate milk. So this is a really good example. You can see that it's working great.
Yeah, it only took about maybe 15 minutes to get this far.
This has been running for 15, 20 minutes at most. And we're getting ready to add to it.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to turn to chocolate again. So let's add to it.
Yeah.
Fancy flashlight. Recharges. And you can plug in your computer to the flashlight and run.
It's a battery flashlight.
You can run other things off of this, radios, whatever.
Yeah, I got a battery flashlight too.
So what I'm going to do,
pour some more mud in it.
is I've got another bucket here that's been settling. So this is starting to clarify already.
It's still kind of.
We still want to separate it.
It's like Coca-Cola, right?
So I'm going to pour off the top. You can see, oh, look at that. See that mud going out the bottom?
Yeah. So,
there.
Let's see what happens here.
I'm going to take this.
See, now it turned a little like iced tea now.
Yeah. Now I'm going to take this. Give this stir. I'm going to put it back at the beginning. Run it through a filter again.
Yeah, that was
And then
probably magnetite settled on the bottom.
Yeah, we got one bucket over here. I think the red bucket, when I see it, has all the magnetite is going to one spot in one bucket.
It's all attracting to itself.
It is all. It's very curious what it's done. It's like a splash of tar in the bottom of the bucket that stays together. It doesn't want to move, wash out. It sticks together. It's collecting itself together. We're going to save that. I think that's worth something. Magnetite powder.
Oh, what you're making is a magnetodynamic fluid.
So I'm using our safety hand wash.
Rinse that out.
In case we get something on us we don't want on, we wash it off. Grab this bottle, wash it off right away. Never been burned by acid.
Or lie.
Don't want to be. Acid is bad when you start adding oxidizing. Then it's a problem. Then you want to be ready for mistakes. Mistakes happen a lot. Look at this floor.
Yeah, overboils happen really easy.
Okay, you can see the water's piling up on top. But now it's not such a pain. Now there's not mud in there. It's impossible to clean this when you pump straight mud.
You see, it got a little bit cloudier, but now it's gonna. As it goes around, it'll clean up.
Right now you can't. Let's see if we can see the bottom.
You can't kind of.
See?
Oh well, now you overexposed
Now
it.
you can't.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's not good at all.
See, now we can't see the bottom.
Yeah.
But 10 minutes from now,
Probably
you might drink that.
No, you wouldn't drink it.
I wouldn't, but if you didn't know, you'd probably drink it. And
Then you,
until it hit your tongue, you wouldn't care. You wouldn't know. Okay, let's come over here. This is the Vato tank. Half invention, half research. 55-gallon barrel. We got a band heater at the bottom. You can see that yellow tape down there. Go to the left and look down.
Yeah, there it is.
That heater keeps it hot. That heater will get it hot enough to melt the barrel. So it has its own thermostat.
Put another thermostat.
That's one way we stop the water from getting too hot. Another way we stop the water from getting too hot is we use this off-the-shelf thermostat that runs hot and cold items. Programmable, very easy. It controls the power going to the heat belt on the bottom. When it was very cold out, 30 degrees, I had this steaming 130 degrees. Why do you get it hot? For every 10 degrees up is a day less of leaching. This leach usually takes about a week to 2 weeks to work. If you do the research, do the math, this will leach it in a couple hours. Possibly a few minutes. If you watch some of our other videos about glycine versus Eco Goldex, you will see how fast the leach works. I'm talking 30 seconds. If you don't believe we can leach gold in 30 seconds, go watch that video. We had a race, live, no cuts. We put side-by-side videos of how fast Eco Goldex is, how fast glycine is. I prefer Eco Goldex because it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Glycine seems to be a little more touchy about needing the right amount of oxidizer. We also put 100 pounds of concentrated gold ore in here. The concentrated gold ore was 100% magnetic. If a magnet didn't pick it up, it didn't go in here. That sounds weird because gold is not magnetic. Gold, however, is attached to iron. Iron is magnetic.
In our ore.
It's in our ore. In your ore, it may be different.
Everybody's ore is different.
Do not take well, you can try it. Take a magnet, run it through a bag of Home Depot sand. Process that.
Or have it acid.
And see if it's got any gold in it. There's a chance it could have gold. And other things besides gold. Let alone the gravity method. Run a wheel or run a sluice box or run a pan it all out. Don't never throw away that black sand. That's exactly what we're running.
What do you use? One of those hydrocentrifuges? Is that what it's called? A
You
hydrofuge?
get centrifuge. And
that's what a lot of people do with the
I don't know how you
sand.
get a centrifuge on a large scale. Okay, let's look in here. half horsepower motor, geared down a little bit, 1700 RPM. Half inch, yes, zinc coated shaft before some smart person figures it out. There's a hell of a lot less zinc on this shaft than there is in our black sand.
Okay.
So don't worry about adding zinc to it. The leach and the abrasion took care of the zinc.
Yeah, there's no zinc on that shaft anymore.
Yeah, we've already been through one set of impellers, and it totally turned them.
Oh yeah, it didn't take half an hour to
turned them into
paint
foil.
impeller into aluminum foil. Yeah.
Turned them into foil. Now we're using half-inch iron bars, as 3 of them as impellers, and they're down there under the mud. We stirred this half an hour ago, and it hasn't settled yet, but it will.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
It is like chocolate pudding. And once it settles, we'll vacuum or
Vacuum the water off.
we'll siphon the water off this time. We'll set a pipe up so that it sits down in that liquid in exact depth, and we'll vacuum it off so we don't stir this up. Because once that settles, you don't want to kick this bucket or turn it on accidentally. But it's quite violent. You can see it throws the liquid all the way to the top.
Yeah, it splashes.
This lid is on here for a reason.
Yeah, look at the bottom of the lid.
All right.
Here, turn the bottom side of the lid up.
Yeah.
See, there's the bottom of the... Yeah.
This is after being on for a few minutes, or not even a minute.
It's like a KitchenAid mixer on the highest speed you can put it on.
This is like being on a sidewalk when a snowplow goes by.
Definitely.
This is unistrut, square tubing, plug bar control. We can turn everything here on at once using this.
Yeah. The V stands for vigorously agitated.
V is for vigorous. That's right.
Very vigorous.
And we take 100 pounds of magnetic gold ore, put it in there. We add Eco Gold X. We add.
Well, first you do it acid.
We add sodium percarbonate.
Okay, this is after we wash
Where
it
can you
with
get
acid.
sodium percarbonate cheap? At the grocery store. Yeah. Or at Ace Hardware. Or at Home Depot. Or at Lowe's. Yeah. Or at Amazon. Yeah. Everything you need is available everywhere.
But now we wash it with acid first.
And then we...
To chemically roast it.
Let me see if I find a bottle of that. Let's see what...
Yeah, we chemically open the iron instead of roasting it.
Right. We add the OxyClean and 2 gallons of muriatic acid. That destroys the pyrite. There's a lot of sulfur in it. If you try doing this with propane on a grill,
boil your gold off.
You may do it once. You might even do it twice. You won't like doing it after that.
It's a good way to debug the neighborhood.
Somebody just paged me.
When you roast it with heat, it puts out sulfur
know.
dioxide and what's the other one? And carbon, all kinds of bad stuff.
Fingerprints on phones. This has timed me out because I got dirt on my fingers.
What's
Somebody just paged me on the phone, and I'm trying to.
Yeah, sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide are the 2 big gases that come off when you roast.
Hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide.
Hydrogen sulfide's a bad one. You can't
They're
smell
all
that.
bad.
That'll kill you.
It'll be a combination of bad things.
Which one kills you
You're
first?
not going to like being near it. You won't be able to be near it if it piles up in one spot up against a wall. And it doesn't take much. All right, let's see. Have we waited long enough on that? Okay, nothing.
Let's take a look at this.
Now let's look at this again.
Yeah, it's getting cleaner. Yeah. See, you can...
It's getting clear again.
Yeah.
I almost see the bottom. I can see the pump in there pretty easy.
Yeah, it's a lot clearer. You can tell by the color of the pipe it's not quite It's not that iced tea color anymore.
Okay, let's show you how clear it is.
Oh, hang on.
We'll get a lot clearer.
Hang on. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you can see. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that started out like chocolate milk. You can see through it all.
This was, you couldn't see half an inch.
Yeah.
It was like paint when we poured it in.
Yeah.
So the trick seems to be having,
Enough
putting it
fiberglass.
in over and over.
Just letting the fiberglass collect it.
And what do you think? It's gone around 4 or 5 times now?
At least, yeah.
And you can see that that's a little bit,
It's kind of yellowish, but not too bad. Yeah.
that's like thin iced tea right there.
If you put, yeah.
How many people? Let's go to the other system.
Hold that.
You're looking at pregnant gold leach being filtered.
Get 3 people watching.
Hi guys. Who else? Let me
You
see.
wanna read the comments.
Billy, hi. Douglas, hi. PH, yes. What mesh sieve do we use for milling? Oh, let's. Oh, we threw it all away. Okay, this is portable, isn't it? Let's walk. Let's go show them the tails.
I'll hold this.
Walk to the tails.
Well, I'll hold this because
We're gonna walk out to our tails container.
it's like talcum powder.
This is it right here. Get up nice and close.
Well, I can't.
It is almost powdery. I can feel a little grit. This is super fine. I think it's 200 mesh. But we don't actually worry about that. The way we get this is it comes out the ball mill. We put it through, I think, a 40 mesh screen just to get the chunks out of it. And then it winds up in here.
And the chunks go back through the ball mill.
And the big pieces go back in the ball mill. You want to know that? You can go there. I have a white one.
Okay, I'm gonna switch back to OBS so I can actually see what I'm doing.
Okay, come over here.
Hang on.
You didn't lose the signal, did you?
No, nope, we're still on, I think. Oh, let's not get tangled up on stuff as we walk through here. Okay.
We gotta get one that
Well, you gotta point it
we
at
gotta
me.
get one that mounts to our hat
Oh, camera? Yeah.
and then hangs from the ceiling,
Yeah, okay.
or a unwired camera. Okay, Eco Gold X, pH 11.4, temperature 120, agitation as much as you can get. We started with concentrates that were 1.75 ounces of gold per ton.
Oh. And also add your OxyClean, your sodium percarbonate,
We put OxyClean in.
for the oxygen.
Head grade, depends on which assay you look at, is a 1/4 ounce up to 3/4 of an ounce per ton. Booster, sodium percarbonate, OxyClean.
Okay. And there's your,
And then because we're using an alkaline leach, everything from zinc up does not go into solution. And then the
these are all the things that will go into
Eco
solution.
Gold X starts with silver and only puts those things into solution.
Oh, okay, everything silver up.
So everything from silver down
Or silver down, I mean.
goes into solution. And then we're going to be doing an, so by going back and forth between high and low pH, we wind up eliminating a lot of chances of getting iron in the mix. That's the big problem. You can avoid the iron. Don't worry about the others. Avoid the iron. You've got it made.
Yeah, it's 90% of your battle.
And
Get the iron out.
100 pounds of concentrate, which was collected with a magnet, is 98% iron.
Yeah, we're getting about 10% iron out of our ore.
Okay, I can see the bottom now.
So for every 1,000 pounds of ore, we get 100 pounds of concentrate.
It's about 10%, sometimes 8%,
8 to 10, it varies.
or I'm sorry, 12%.
Oh, it varies. It's usually around 10.
So now we can see, now you can see the bottom. You can see, I think that's magnetite on this near edge in the bottom. And you're wondering about how much Eco Goldex.
Yeah, that's clearing up, yeah.
They put in 1 kilo for 1,000, for, let's see, 1 kilo per 100 pounds of concentrate.
It kind of depends on how much
But
gold you expect to get out of it to how much.
yeah,
put in.
that counts too. So we hold back some of the Eco Goldex. As we add water, now and then there's a little Eco Goldex added in.
Keep it fresh.
Then if you're wondering about how much sodium percarbonate, about every 2 or 3 hours we add a 1/4 cup. But we start out with about 3 or 4 cups of percarbonate, sodium percarbonate, OxyClean, sold at an outlet near you. Any of them, everybody has
The
it.
grocery store has it.
So I'm going to give this another half hour to clarify even more. Then we're going to add, then we're going to let that drip out, change your bucket, add some more. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if there's anything in here.
A little should be.
Yeah, just a few inches. 4. We've got maybe a total of 5 buckets. And we're going to get
Turning clear,
We're
yeah.
going to get 3 more out of this. We dump 5 gallons in, we stir it, we let it settle overnight. Then the next day we vacuum out 5 gallons that goes through all the filters. This is a pre-filter, takes the junk out. Goes into the bottom bucket. All we do on this is run it through 2 pieces of filter cloth. Filter cloth is good because if you get mud in this, you just take the top piece out, put a fresh piece in.
Yeah, I took a bag of that out earlier. We had like a whole bunch of it in a bag earlier.
And all our pre-filters are just clamps, filter cloth, Homer buckets, and if you come over here, we'll give you the brand of filter cloth we're using. Sometimes that's important. But I don't think this is all that important. It's cheap weed block, and I mean cheap.
The cheapest.
This is not a promotion. This is not product placement. YouTube.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, somebody can see it.
Okay, I talked about that list of. Here we have it. We talked about that list. Now YouTube's kind of cool. I can do some things. I mean OBS, and this is the first time I've actually got to do it for real. There you go. There's your list. You see where iron is on that list? Everything above iron, including iron, got to go. Now I'm going to see if I can give you something else. Oh yeah, don't forget. This one's important. The most important thing you've seen all day.
Hit that light.
Harry's laughing. Yeah, hit that like button. I'll go back to the cam. Yeah, this is what happens when I get a hold of the computer. And if you have any questions specific to gold, right here, yeah, that'll answer a couple of questions, I'm sure. So, how do you change back? I want to see YouTube.
Oh, yeah, click on the YouTube.
There we go. Hi, guys. They said 130, 54 degrees centigrade. Yeah, I run it at 120. If you watch my videos, you'll see that 120 works really well. I'm sure 130 would work too. The higher you go, the faster the reaction. Also, the faster you burn out your oxygen donor.
If you get too hot, it might burn it up.
I have no idea. Percent molar. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
We don't even measure that or calculate it.
I think for glycine, you have to have 2 moles of glycine
Yeah,
for every mole of gold you get
our
out.
pH is 11.4 on this run. 11.5 is a good target. A jiggle siphon does the same.
Never heard of jiggle siphon.
Yeah, we're gonna siphoning this stuff. We can't disturb the bottom of the barrel at all, or we'll be filtering mud all day. Well, we already are. So, but the idea is to pull the clear liquid off the top of the barrel. Show. Remember, you're holding the camera. Show the barrel.
Guessing at where I'm pointing.
And we leached this for, I think, 3 days. Now, it can vary quite a bit. With the heat, with the agitation, it can be done very fast. It depends on how well you did the pre-leach. Pre-leach is what we do with the acid. We use 2 gallons of hydrochloric and probably 2 pounds of sodium percarbonate, also known as OxyClean. Having an oxygen plus a acid does really bad things to the pyrite.
Destroys it.
Yes, pyrite is fool's gold. You got some? Let me know. I would like to have some.
It usually may have gold coated on it. Some pyrite.
I'm checking a thing here. And we got, okay, I see, we got a chart that's being developed by YouTube for us. It's quite handy. It looks like we got 4 people at the moment.
Yeah, they're finally showing that.
We were as high as 6, in case you guys are keeping track. We've had a total of 18 viewers. The average view per duration is 13 minutes.
Oh, good.
Well, if you guys are watching this for 13 minutes, it must be a real boring Saturday at your house. We are going to be doing this, hopefully, every Saturday throughout the rest of the winter. What else we're going to be doing is pop-ups. We're going to be doing pop-ups. We're not going to call you or tell you or notify anybody. It's just going to pop up on the screen. That's a camera, Harry.
I know, I'm looking at that.
Why am I seeing scissors?
You seeing scissors?
Were you? Yeah. It's like it's playing it again. This is an hour old.
What are you doing?
Look at the video.
Hold this. Go back to OBS.
OBS is red.
Yeah, okay. OBS is okay. Now go back to that and see and look at the timeline. Go back to the YouTube and look at the timeline. See if it's
Okay.
at the end. Go back
Test
to
pattern. Hang on. See, this is so much fun. Remote cam. There we go. Now I'll go back to YouTube.
Yeah, I just want to look at the timeline. See, where is there a timeline there?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. See, okay, grab it to the end. Pull it to the end.
Okay, we're having fun with this. There we go. Yeah, we're live now. Okay.
Well, you monitoring.
We're back to monitoring, probably a 30-second delay. Sorry about that, everybody. If you guys got questions and you can chat, please. Chat is worth points to us. The camera. Point it at something more interesting than me, please.
See if it updates. Here.
Look down the top of the. If glycine faster, etc. Why are you using Eco Goldex? Because glycine's expensive. That little thing of glycine that you saw in my hand was probably $20 for just that little thing. I think I bought 3 of them for $60. Why are you showing your feet?
I'm trying to.
No, the other filter, the main tank.
Okay. It'll catch up in a minute.
We gotta deal with this somehow.
Yeah, it'll catch up in a minute. Well, I don't know what happened to your other cable. You have the extension.
Please ask questions. Glycine may be faster under the conditions we did, but I would say the 30 seconds difference between the glycine and the Eco Goldex wasn't enough to worry about. Glycine may be twice as faster, but it may be impossible to filter. I don't know. Glycine needs oxidizer. Absolutely needs oxidizer. The amount of oxidizer it needs might be more than what Eco. Eco is what we had. Eco is what we're using. We are going to be able to take the next week. Hopefully next week we're going to be concentrating. I'd like to get this stuff down to 15 gallons. Get it down to 15 gallons. Keep going with the questions. Yeah, glycine is great. It works very well.
Very expensive though.
We also have beads. Hold up the tube so they can see what's going on.
It's pretty clear.
We are filtering pregnant Leach. The Leach is derived from Eco Goldex. Okay. Appreciate everybody viewing. We're going to do this every Saturday. We'll try. Some Saturdays are going to be more interesting than others. Hopefully next Saturday we'll be cementing the Leach. If I can get enough of this Leach evaporated down so it's not so thin. I've got about 3 more buckets to run through the Vato tube, the vigorously agitated tank, so we can clean out the Leach. It's mixed in with the iron. What is it? Iron hydroxide. Iron hydroxide is nasty stuff. It's like trying to filter Elmer's glue.
It's like trying to filter red.
It's like trying to filter
paint.
Caulk. Douglas, thank you for all the questions. Keep them coming. You're asking questions that people don't know they have. Yes, Billy, the Eco Goldex guys say, I believe 130. Depends on how you do your math. I thought it was 120. 130 plus booster should work really fast. If you've got a grind size that's small enough. Our grind size isn't that small. And we've got a lot of powder. We get a lot of slimes out of it. We have done a acid pre-leach, and then had an assay done of the of what was left over, what didn't make it through the leach, and that came back as 0, no gold in it. So the acid pre-leach does remove the gold. And yes, it's so small you can't see it. So if it's so small you can't see it, I'm thinking a leach will take care of it really fast.
Atomic size gold.
Up to 5. Thank you guys for clicking in. If you just clicked in, Harry's holding the camera. Harry's going to show you the Vato tank. At least I hope he is. He's showing you the Vato tank, vigorously agitated tank with oxygen and heat. You combine all that together and your leach is going to work pretty fast. We heat it up to about 120 degrees. We got a chart right here I'll show you. You take the computer now.
Hang on, I'm going to switch back so I can see what I'm pointing at. Switch to OBS so I can see live what I'm pointing at. Okay, there we go.
Okay, Eco Goldex is what we're using in the leach. About 1 kilo per 1,000 pounds of ore. Our ore has been reduced to 100 pounds still, so it's still 1 kilo per 100 pounds. And then as we add liquid to it to keep it liquid, we add a little more Eco Goldex as we go, as we check the pHs. We ran this pH at 11.4, our temperature at 120 Fahrenheit. We agitated as much as possible, 0.5 horsepower, violent agitation, let's put it that way. The concentrates were assayed at 1.75 ounces per ton. The head grade of the ore before we mill it is 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce per ton. And our booster is sodium percarbonate. Let's show you that. You can find that anywhere. Any hardware store,
Ta-da.
any grocery store has this or a version of it. We keep the pH, pH is on there. And what you're looking at the bottom is the metals reactivity series. It's a real thing. We play that game. We play the game with it. The idea is to keep the pH high, so that iron, and use a high pH leach, so that the iron does not go into solution. If iron goes into solution, we've got a big problem.
Yeah, so that everything.
It's going to be a real pain to get out.
Yeah, everything under silver should stay
so
solid.
Everything from silver down with this high pH leach should go into solution. From here up the other direction should not go into solution. That's the main reason for using Eco Goldex. We're using an alkaline leach. Yes, it's a trick to switch from acid leaching to, for acid pre-leach to alkaline leaching.
A lot of sodium hydroxide.
You're going to go through some of this.
Quite a bit of that. Yeah.
And as that pH starts to come up, it'll come up really fast. We got to the point, we were adding this by the can at first, and then at the very end, we were adding half a spoonful.
Yeah.
So this will make your pH eventually jump.
Yeah, so you got to check.
It actually got too high, and we had to add water back to it.
It's very easy to overdo.
It's easy to overshoot, so be careful. By the way, this is available in the plumbing section, not in the chemical section of Base Hardware. This is not a product placement. This is not an endorsement. YouTube, go to hell. Okay, switching me back to...
Switch you back to Okay, let's switch it back and see if anybody has any more
Move
questions.
that back to OBS.
Here. You mean
Or,
that.
I mean, YouTube.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Okay, live is fine. Thank you. We have tested glycine. We have tested. What else did we test? Other things.
Oh, that permanganate. Which
Oh, glycine plus permanganate.
that's
Why?
it turned into like grape jelly. It's weird.
Yeah,
It all of a
that
sudden-
made some jello.
Yeah, it turned into grape jello. all of a sudden.
When we were
So
trying to
I wasn't
use it-
separate
When we're trying to use glycine plus permanganate instead of glycine plus, yeah, I got the
I'll
camera.
get it. Light on.
Okay, we're turning the lights back on. Everybody hang on. There we go.
That's it.
The lights just went off. Boy, this delay is crazy.
That's why I'm using the other things. I can see where I'm.
Thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you want. What we're doing is every Saturday at noon, we're going to do an hour or 3 of what we're working on in the gold mill, basically in my barn, in the gold mill. Right now, and we do this on the fly. We haven't thought this out as much as you'd think. We had to rebuild. I was expecting to filter. And right now, we are filtering.
You're feeling good. It's clear and nice
And
clear.
I'm going to show that to you in a second. We'll show you how well it works. So we're making our own filters. We've set up some pre-filters. You get to hold the works. Kind of follow the light here.
I don't know. I'll just see.
We've got a pre-filter here, which is 2 sheets of ground cover weed block. If you look down in there, you can see how muddy that is. The idea is to get that reddish iron what is it? Hydroxide. Get that red hydroxide out. That stuff does not want to filter. You can see it's still sitting in there. And then it becomes that. It goes through the ground cloth and it becomes chocolate milk. Then we dump it in here. And you can see the ground cloth is catching big pieces of sand, not the fine stuff. Underneath this first layer of ground cloth, I'm going to lift this back.
Yeah, there's the fiberglass.
You can see fiberglass.
Still
Now,
not solid,
fiberglass is taking out the slimes.
mostly.
Underneath the fiberglass is another layer of ground cloth. Let's see, we've got 2 layers here. I'm going to teach you how to point that camera.
I'm trying to.
And then it comes out, after a couple of times around and round, it comes out crystal clear. As you can see, let me hold the camera.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't too close because that's a pretty wide angle.
Okay, as you can see, a little bit of the magnetite is piled up in the bottom. But it is as clear as it's going to get. You would drink that if you didn't know what it was. There you go. So now we're going to take
Dump some more in there.
We're going to take a bucket.
Are you gonna switch? Yeah, that needs some filtering.
You can see what we start with. Oh, good. I saved this. I knew this would come in handy. I'm going to turn off the light. I think we got enough light.
That's good. That's it. Yeah, pour that in there.
Spilled a little.
Not much. That's not too terribly muddy. From the top.
Not off the top of the bucket.
Yeah. Now it's turned a little bit cloudy again. Yeah, that should fill up the bucket.
Now, as soon as all the liquid is clear, I'll pull out that bucket and put in this one.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering how fast it's how fast it's pumping, there you go.
Good speed, pretty good speed, yeah.
The reason we have filter cloth, then the fiberglass, and then filter cloth is so that we can take the filter cloth out, pull out the fiberglass, put fresh fiberglass in, so that we can change it back and forth. If we were to pump it straight out of there, we wind up with a lot of mud, and it takes hours to clean this when it's full of mud. All right, let's give me back. Billy says, discuss precip milling wet glycine. Precipitation, I think, is what you're after, Douglas. Glycine is very expensive inside the U.S. It's very cheap from Australia. There's other kinds of glycine. The stuff you get at the health food store is glycine L, I think it is. That is very cheap, and is, as far as I can tell, is not the same thing. I got the real stuff. I even called the company and they donated some to me. There's a guy called, we don't have that slide. Hard Rock University. If you want to follow someone every Monday night, he's the guy to follow. Watch his videos on Monday night. There will be a whole bunch of experts on there live at 6 p.m.
I'll talk about the Gold Forum.
Also, GRF, Gold Refining Forum. If you have any questions chemistry-wise about gold, oh yeah, that's definitely a place to go. How much liquid to solid? I would say once it comes out of that barrel, we're 99%, probably 99.7% liquid, with maybe 0.5% solid. Oh, how much leach? 3 inches over the top should do it. Or concentration ore versus water. Yeah, you just have to have it covered enough that it'll stir. Our ore is super fine, finer than table salt. Oh, somebody asked a question way back. I didn't see it. Okay, I looked at the Eco Goldex, and we're going to do it a little different than the last time. So we're going to have to take the pH, I believe, down to 1 or 2. And that's supposedly going to change the color of this crystal clear into an orange juice looking stuff. And then we put in zinc shavings, and they should dissolve.
mold will precipitate black powder.
Oh, the poly containers. Come on over here, Harry. I'm seeing some old questions. Sorry, guys. We're passing the computer back and forth. Eventually, we'll have this set up a lot better. We'll have the giant screen monitor on the wall or
It's in the basement. We have to do it.
hanging from the ceiling. We'll have a roll around computer cart. Okay, temperature 120 on the poly tank on the plastic barrel. Eco Gold X. We had 100 pounds of concentrate. We added 1 kilo, about 2 pounds. We made enough leach to cover, what was it, about 20? I'd say we made about 20 gallons of leach.
Yeah.
It never got more than halfway full, so that barrel's a 50-gallon barrel, and we never came close to halfway. If you watch Hard Rock University on Monday nights at 6 Mountain Time, he is an expert. He's the closest thing to an expert on Eco Gold X. I'm pretty sure he knows more about it than the guy who sells it. And I'm afraid the guy who sells it isn't very good at writing instructions.
Oh, yeah.
If you read his instructions, you know that already.
He's even took some of your instructions
And I even wrote his instructions for him once on the gold refining forum. We're down to 2 viewers, 25 views. Average view, 12 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
What's 25? Yeah, thanks, everybody. Before we check out, wait a minute. Please discuss precipitating from liquid. Okay, you take the liquid, you pour it across zinc shavings. That's it. Long discussion? Sorry. Okay, you got to have it pH down low enough that the zinc shavings will go into solution and that the precious metals will plate onto the zinc shavings. Then you take the zinc shavings and using sulfuric acid, you dissolve away all the zinc, leaving behind a black powder, which is the precious metals. There's a bunch of videos out there on YouTube about how to do that. We're going to take it one more step. If you look over here, this is coming next week. This is what you're going to see next week. We're going to be playing around with this stuff. We're going to take this thing that's pumping through the filter, and we're going to pump it through this.
And those are full of zinc. I don't know if you can see
But we're going to have to adjust the pH. These are full of zinc, and the zinc will go into solution, and the precious metals will come out of solution. Then at the end of the line, we're going to have a spun poly string filter that catches. As the gold goes into solution, it may want to become mobile.
Yeah, it'll be very tiny.
It'll be very fine. We're going to put a filter at the end to catch the gold.
Yeah, any particles of zinc.
Just like classic zinc filtration at a cyanide mill. Thank you, Douglas. Great question. But that's what we're going to be. We're planning on doing Saturday noon videos for the winter. Then during the week, I'll do pop-up videos. They'll be shorter, and they will.
As they say, stay tuned.
They will be. Yeah, stay tuned. We are developing some of this stuff as we go. We are basically copying things I've done in the past that worked. We're going back to them. We tried to jump ahead on this big filter and just dump everything into it and let it filter. That did not work. So now we're kind of working in between the Vato tank, the vat tank, and in between the clarifier, we've got to do some filtering in stages. Billy Ingram says you can filter through sea light, diatomaceous earth to get ultrafine particles out. That's a great idea. I might put that.
Lots of sand.
I might put that in the pre-filters and test it out, or possibly right in the top camera.
On top.
Or possibly right in the top of this. Put some in
Underneath of the.
and do a stage filter. I might make a rack or a stack of buckets with different filters in them, and then just take a look at them when it's done.
Yeah, go from cloth to fiberglass to sand.
Yeah, so long as they don't overflow too badly. Put a stack of buckets in this, and put different mediums inside each bucket. That's not a bad idea at all. Okay, that hasn't filtered out quite yet.
It's getting there.
Where's the light? Billy, are you on Hard Rock University's list yet? It's still pretty cloudy. That will clear up.
Because you doubled the volume, so it's going to take longer. You doubled the volume in the bucket, so it'll take longer to percolate all through.
I don't know what you had on the camera. Let's see. Okay, we're back up to 3. 1221 average. Stream health. I can't tell. Doesn't say. Let's see. It does say stream health. Stream is healthy. Yeah, I needed that. Why don't they just say it?
Oh.
Analytics. Stream settings. Okay, analytics. I like that one the best.
Yeah, that's what you need to be on. Okay.
We got 6 likes
Yeah.
out of 25 views. Thank you guys for the likes. Are there any questions? I'm going to jump into OBS and play around with. Oh yeah, we're going to go through some slideshow. Go through the slideshow. I want to when I watch this video. This actually automatically gets turned into a video. I want to see how these slides are going to look after they've been made into a video. Mainly, I want to see the transitions.
It looks okay. Yeah, it looks like everything's...
Okay, if you haven't hit this button, hit it. Smash that button. Jeff Williams. Yeah, you're going to get wet.
You could do like you did on that vidIQ video. Like and subscribe. Come on, like and subscribe. Subscribe, like.
I'm testing some slides. We got some others coming. Gold Refining Forum, if you're on that, you're going to see your slide here pretty soon. As soon as I get it transferred over. Okay, let's go back to the picture. Put something good in front of that camera.
You're showing.
Put something good in front of the camera. Not me. We're a remote cam. Okay, that leach is clearing up. You can see right through it. Can't quite see down through that bucket yet.
And you got your light turned on.
Okay, I got it. Can you see the pump in the bottom of the bucket? Yeah, I see it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's clearing up pretty good. Can you see the edge that's closest to you by looking down it? Not almost. I can just barely see that black streak down there.
Yeah, the cord, yeah.
Okay, so look in the top. You know, it helps if you keep this up from winding. You're winding it.
Oh.
You've been winding it.
Yeah.
You have to unwind over there, not here. Okay, we're unwinding a cord. Everybody try not to get dizzy.
Oh, it's going to take a while. Here.
Yeah, we're kind of new to this. This is our third time. Thank you guys for watching.
I hope that didn't make you too sick.
Yeah, somebody was trying to give me a bag of diatomaceous earth a couple of years ago, and I didn't want it. I wish I had it now. Everybody hang on. The camera's still spinning. Oh my God.
It's fine.
You can put your hand over the end and then do it.
Oh, well. Okay.
Okay, we're pretty much done. Any questions before we go? We got 3 people watching. 1 or 2 of you are chatting. I appreciate that. The most at one time, twice we had 6. Whiteboard. Douglas, how'd you miss it? You ask for it, you get it.
That's all I'm focused on. I think I'm right about
I'll tell you. We're pulling up the whiteboard right now. You're not looking at the whiteboard. Not yet. There it is. It's coming onto the screen now.
Okay.
Okay, you hold the computer, I'll hold the camera. Hold it so I can see it. And
Well, you should go back to OBS so you can see it live.
Okay, I'm gonna switch so that I can see this.
Live and not with the YouTube delay. There you go.
Oh, that's way too close. Okay.
So I told you. Yeah.
There, I got it. Try to get that glare off of there. There we go.
Okay, there's the whiteboard.
Okay, next week I hope we're going to be doing a lot more than just watching water dribble by.
Putting pumps together.
Okay, we're going to put that down. Going to go back.
Don't fall.
Yeah. Carbon media. That stuff's a pain in the butt. You have to burn it to get your gold out, and when you burn it to get your gold out, you burn up some gold. I'd rather just wash zinc with sulfuric acid and keep all the gold. Let's go over here so we can watch water dribble.
Okay.
I can see the bottom.
Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, just because you added more, it takes a little longer. Are you gonna clamp it on there?
Okay, everybody, hold on. Don't get dizzy. Let me get the light.
Okay, you probably want to point it there. Point it in the bucket. You point it at the bucket more. Okay, that's okay. You can mostly see into the bucket.
We go to OBS.
Yeah, okay.
I can raise that up a little more.
There you go.
Okay. Now I can go back to the chat side. So we're having to use two different screens on the computer. Eventually we'll have two screens. We can watch both sides of this at once. One screen is basically really good for the camera, and the other screen is only good for chatting. I should just get another computer.
OBS has a chat window you can open up for.
Yeah, we should just get another computer and log on to chat. So let me switch. Oh, don't.
You want to get it stirred up so it'll.
Anybody else on that has questions? I would sure like to help you out. I'm looking at our time chart. I can't tell when people started, but it looks like it was. Hi, Billy. Thank you. Billy, be sure to go on GRF, Gold Refining Forum. Thousands. They've been there like 15 years, and they've got thousands of visits per day. Some really high-power experts there. Oh, hi, Billy. Thank you. You found me by going there. Good. I am not an expert. We're making this up as we go. We're using stuff we've done in the past, plus stuff we're inventing as we go. We're combining things that never been combined before to make this work. And when they don't work, we're pretty quick to make it into something new. This is actually our third week of trying to get this filter to work, and right now it's working really good. You can see by that picture. See the picture, Harry?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Harry is my brother. He does a lot of the electronics, and between us we can figure out the electronics. Thank you guys for watching. Any last questions before we sign off for Saturday? Because we're going to go eat lunch. I'm not used to all this talking. My throat's about to go. We're going to make some slides for... Okay, that makes it hard to see it, Harry.
That makes it hard.
I'm sorry about the bumpy cams. We're going to get a tripod for next time.
Maybe have more than one camera.
Okay, I'm putting the cursor on end stream. Yeah, jacked it all up, Harry.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Somebody just came on.
No.
Oh, if you're just logging in, we are just logging out.
Rewind.
Thank you for coming and watching. Watch the last 20 minutes. That should get you up to speed. Read the chat. That should also help. We could do this all day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to go over and pop those screens one more time, and then I'm out. I need to put subscribe over the top of the camera view. That would be nice. And the like one too. I could do the same. What happened to my hold on and be calm thing? It should be here. Oh, there it is. Keep calm. Be right back. All right. If you can hear me, thank you for watching. Be safe. Don't drink the yellow. Don't eat the yellow snow. That's what I should do. Okay. Thank you, everybody.